trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
This goes out to all the women in the world, especially her. You know it don't even matter your age, don't even matter your color. Yo, fellas, I ain't forget about y'all. This is for everybody that like things. Just listen to what I'm saying and do it and take a chance. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. Just get on the floor like I said before. Y'all remember that down low? Just put a little dip with it. Now roll those hips with it. Pop it, push it, rock it, roll it. Can't control it, I come hold it. It's all in fun, so take a chance. Just get on the floor and do that dance, y'all. I know you like it, so don't try to fight it. Turn around, baby, let me see you from the back. Yeah, I like it like that. Get up now, roll those hips. Drop down, double up on those dips. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do it right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. Back again with the second verse. It's all clean, so I'm not gonna curse. Drop a bass like a bad habit. Love all women, cause I gotta have it. Coming at y'all in stereo. I'm riding that thing like a rodeo. Hang on, baby, cause the ride is rough, and I got my girls in the front. Now and later, just bumping that rump. Raise it up, let me see that brown. Slap it, girl, make it jiggle around. Round and round that rump goes. Where it stop, yo, no one knows, yeah. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind.
Well, all right, y'all. All right, y'all. If you ain't dipping, you must be tripping. If you ain't doing it down low, gots to go. Gots to go. To the people that moving slow, just moving slow. Yo, DJ, pump it up some more.
It's off to the show in a limo. Before the show, I gotta get that dough. Pay them girls what they work. Slip that money under that skirt. Take it off, baby, let me see. You might get a little more lip G-string, having oh so much fun. Playing inside between them buns. Shawty got it going on like Marvin. Teasing me and she know I'm starving. Lick you up, then lick you down. I ain't finished, girl, turn around. Lick you up and down your back, cause I'm that freak, I'm freaky like that. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. I'm setting it off to another level. You digging freak nasty without a shovel? This is my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So what's up, yo, DJ? When the party's getting slow, join this jam and watch that flow get taken over like a 94. When I have the whole world getting down low. New Orleans born, ATL living. Freak nasty is what I'm giving. My juice is sweet like Georgia peaches. Women suck it up like leeches. It feels so good, you must admit you like this. Yeah, y'all know the song. So come on, won't you sing it? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip.
Wow, I love my friends, and I love my God, and I love my country, and God bless America, I guess. What else can you say?
All right, chat. What's everybody up to? Oh man, we all having a good Fourth. It's the fourth best holiday of the year. You know, there's Christmas, then there's Halloween, very close, neck and neck really. Then there's Free Comic Book Day in May, and then there's 4th of July, the day when it's every American's responsibility to go online at least once in the day, on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Gab, fucking Blue Sky, and remind all the other people on this fucking planet whose flag is on the moon. And I don't want to hear any this gay, the moon landing didn't happen shit. None of this retarded Owen Benjamin space is a lie horse shit. That's all. That is an anti-American and anti-white psyop. Okay? Because the reality is, we did go to the fucking moon with less computing power than is in your fucking phone. Because that's the kind of country we used to be, and the kind of country we can be again. Why don't we go back? Why don't we do more space stuff? Why did we stop then? Probably the same reason we don't build bridges to last anymore. Because things have gone to shit. Alright? We've let things go to shit. And it's time we stop that. It's time we turn shit around. It's time we go back to being the motherfuckers that go to the moon. Go to Mars. Go to Alpha Centauri. Go to the next fucking galaxy. Sky's the limits. Alright? Oh, the light barrier. Oh my gosh, can't go faster than light. Fuck that. We're gonna make the light barrier bend over and spread her ass. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. Alright? Cowardly Dog says, I would rather... Yeah, I'm sorry, British James. I couldn't play your playlist today. I know you got one in the queue. It's coming. But it's just not on the 4th. I can't play a British guy's playlist on the 4th. He says, I'm mad that the Hulk Hogan theme wasn't in there. I didn't think of that. I put Team America, and I did the G.I. Joe theme song. But the extended one, I think they put that in like the G.I. Joe movie. The animated movie, not the fucking... terrible 2000s live actions ones. Chat says, I can explain why we can't make rockets because the engineers didn't. I mean, we still can get into space. We got fucking satellites, and I don't know what the flat earthers think those are. We got fucking space station, all this other shit. I mean, we can do it. You know. And we'll do it again, man. Well, then we go back there. And also, we kind of... It's not much fucking on the moon, let's be real. Turns out, far as we know, not a lot going on up there or of value. Chad says, Vance currently holds the record for Blue Sky ban after getting the ban right after signing up. Blue Sky claims they did that because they thought he was impersonated. I don't know. See, that's why I love Van. You'd never see a left-wing official go on Gab and just try to troll him. Like, you would never see that. And like, you could. It's not like you can't. It's pretty easy to fucking troll the people on Gab. You could honestly just, like, go on Gab. If you were, like, Kamala Harris, right? You could just make a Gab account. And literally post nothing except when Kwanzaa starts. Just post a happy Kwanzaa. And it's like hitting a hornet's nest. Just pissing them all off. It's not like you couldn't do it. It's just that they don't ever have the balls to do that kind of shit. Cowardly Dog says, red, white, and blue are the three colors aliens are going to see first. If the West succeeds in uncucking itself. Because those colors are the only valid flag color. You're damn right. They're gonna get some freedom. That's what's gonna happen. Just as you wouldn't see anyone get on Gab that didn't already know what kind of place it is. Yeah, but Vance knew what a shithole Blue Sky was. That's what I'm saying. Like, a left-wing... AOC could go on Gab, make an official Gab account, and do nothing but just, like... Just post Happy Kwanzaa or some shit like that. Just whatever. Go on Columbus Day and be like, Happy Indigenous Day. Just some left-wing horse shit like that. Just stir the pot. You know what I mean? And then just not even check it after that. Just walk away. Certainly don't check her DMs because it'd just be full of penises. Oh, man. But no, it's every American's responsibility on this sacred day to go online and be a dick to foreigners. An absolute dick. Wolfland says, Blue Sky is trending down, I think, and that's saying something given what Twitter's like. Yeah, half the people that went over to the Blue Sky hug box just crawled back to Twitter eventually. You have to be quite the, not only leftist, but also a pussy to really... See, the thing with Gab is that most of the people there are there because they got thrown out of Twitter. They didn't just run... Again, credit where it's due to right-wingers. They didn't run there for a hug box because they just couldn't take it. They were just trolled over there. No, they just got thrown off of Twitter. And they were stuck on Gab. No one is on Gab because it's their first fucking choice. And that's always been the reason Andrew Torba can't fucking really take off. That and he's a fucking moron who completely undermines the point of it. Immediately is like, yeah, porn isn't free speech. And he defines porn as like anything, basically. Girls in bikinis, Girls just posting thirst traps and shit. And then he's like, flag burning isn't free speech. Out of nowhere, he dusted that boomer takeoff. And then he's like, he didn't outright ban it, but he's like discouraging people from talking about like sports and pop culture on there. And I'm like, okay, so you just want this to be a little fucking ghetto. The reason Twitter became huge and the reason that Facebook has declined significantly in the last years, but it was huge in its heyday, aside from the fact with Facebook there was CIA money behind it, is that like the appeal was that you could go on there and just talk about whatever, all right? When I got thrown off Twitter and I was stuck on Gab, it's like once in a while I want to like talk comics or something with people, and it's like, the only nerd shit you could find is the super autistic weeb horse shit. And it's like, I just want to fucking... Anybody play Mario games? Anybody fucking read comics? Anybody watch TV? And you're not even... Torba doesn't even want you talking about the game. And it's like, look, I'm not a sports ball guy, but you want to bring people in.
Have you heard of Jesus?
That's how you do it. British James says, $5. Can I submit the intro for the 4th of July 2026 show? I hear you got a great track record of remembering stuff. I assume that's the Hulk Hogan intro you were talking about. For the love of God, though, remind me. When we get there. Because, yeah, let me write it down on a piece of paper I will lose in 3 days. Illustrator says Torba won't let people connect with VPNs, which makes 90% of its user base ineligible to use it. Torba's a fucking idiot, man. I used to get his like newsletters, and I think I just unsubscribed or spam foldered them or something because I don't see them now. But having an account, I'd get his newsletters. And these are official. This isn't Andrew Torba's soapbox. This is official Gab newsletters. So you would think it would be about, hey, we made it easier to share photos or whatever other feature they got, But no, it's just Andrew Torba going on his soapbox. I think I remember reading one. It was right when The Mandalorian came out, and he was like, he was rambling on about like people shouldn't like Baby Yoda. They should go make babies. Like fucking the Mandalorian is to blame for a low birth rate. Like, if anything, cute shit like Baby Yoda might get people wanting to have babies more. Oh my god, adorable baby. Yeah, it's a CGI alien baby, but still. Look at the Boba Fett guy taking care of the baby. I want to, but no, he's just like, people are enjoying stuff instead of homesteading and having families like I want them to do. Like, shut up, you fag. Cowardly Dog says it's not the Hulk Hogan theme. It's the opening to Patton. That's not a bad idea for a 4th of July show. I gotta tell you, I'm not even a huge G.I. Joe fan. I mean, I watched the cartoon. G.I. Joe had kind of come and gone as a trend a little bit before my time. I mean, I'm an 83 baby. You know, I remember when I was super little being into He-Man. And then around early 88, I discovered the Turtles. So I wasn't huge into G.I. Joe, but like, you know, I'm not a young millennial or a Zoomer. I know about stuff before my time. And G.I. Joe and Transformers were both run on USA a ton. Like, after they kind of had petered out. So I did watch it quite a bit. I didn't have any of the toys. Like I said, wasn't huge into it, but I got a soft spot for it. And I gotta tell you, watching the extended theme song with that extended opening where they're having a big ass fight at the Statue of Liberty. I should have played the video, actually. God damn, get your fucking hype. Really honestly makes me wish Hollywood could have done a decent live action movie. It's so easy to have done. I don't know why they kept fucking it up so badly. Cowardly Dog says, I've set a reminder on my phone. I will remind you the 3rd of July. Well, you're going to have to. But yeah, man, G.I. Joe is something you could do some cool shit with. I know they still do the comics, and that's awesome. You know, they still got Larry Hama writing a comic that I think is set in the continuity of the old original series. And there's another comic that's set in... Robert Kirkman, through Skybound, got the rights to a lot of the Hasbro stuff, like G.I. Joe and Transformers. And he's doing a big, pretty ambitious shared universe thing with them. Transformers, G.I. Joe, bunch of little miniseries books like Duke and Cobra Commander and shit set in it. I've heard good things. I'm only a casual fan of both, so I haven't dived into them. But I tell you, watching that G.I. Joe intro, I was like, this is pretty fucking cool. Like, Illustrator says, Energon G.I. Joe is great, and I don't really care about G.I. Joe. I've heard a lot of good things about the Energon universe. And I know there's that new thing, Void Rivals, which is something he's made up for it. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I kind of, at some point, I might start picking up the hardcovers that like collect all the stuff, like in reading order and shit. Not right now, because I'm broke and I'm poor, and I don't have a job. But I figure once I have a job and I've got money coming in, but I don't have time to read it, that's the time to buy it. And then next time I'm an unemployed bum, and I have time and not money, then I can read it. But yeah, I have heard good things about Kirkman's. He's supposed to take over the full-on writing duties for Transformers right around issue 25. I might hop in then, because Dan Mora is supposed to be doing the art. And I do love me some Dan Mora. God, he's doing so much art these days. He's doing like half of DC's books. He's doing the one Deadpool Batman crossover coming out. He does covers for so much shit. Good God. Dude's gonna burn himself out. But yeah, this is the day to be obnoxious to foreigners on the internet. Illustrators, and it's not to be outdone, another comic company now has a shared universe with Biker Mice from Mars, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, and a bunch of other toy IPs. I heard about that. I did see that. I saw there was a Biker Mice from Mars 3-issue miniseries. It's cool when these things get revived in like comic form, because then you're dealing with somebody that actually grew up with it and loved it and really wants to bring out the best of it and doesn't have to deal with a whole bunch of executives shitting it up on him. I mean, I don't give a fuck about any of those cartoons that they're doing. The only Cowboys of Moo Mesa comics I ever read, there are a couple of Mirage Ninja Turtle issues in the 2000s that like did crossovers with them, just because the guy that created that show was writing it at the time. So like the Turtles go to the Cowboys of Moo Mesa dimension and hang out with them for a bit. I've read a couple of them. The 2000s Mirage stuff's kind of hard to find though. A lot of it ain't reprinted anymore. I'm always on the eye out for that shit. But yeah, it's a good time. Good time to be reading comics. Let's see. Jim Shooter died though. The old Marvel editor during the 80s. Basically, I think he's the guy that took over right after Stan Lee was the editor. A lot of people had mixed feel. Like Jim Shooter's one of them guys. He was a strong personality. A lot of people in the industry had bad stories to tell about him. A lot of people had good stories to tell about him. But there's no denying he moved some fucking comics, man. Marvel Comics wasn't in a great spot in the 70s. Not really creatively, and certainly not sales-wise. I mean, in the 80s, he put the right people on the right books, and you know, suddenly Daredevil was a big seller. X-Men went from a nothing franchise on the verge of being completely shelved to Marvel's top franchise outside of Spider-Man. Maybe even above it. That Secret Wars sold a lot of comics and it sold a lot of toys too. So the big beautiful bill passed. Are we all excited? I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about it. Like, I don't really think we have to add like 14 bazillion fucking dollars to the deficit to get rid of the illegals. I don't really think we need to give ICE a budget bigger than half of our fucking military to get rid of the illegals. I kind of like the symbolism, and I kind of like the message that's sent by giving ICE that much money, but I don't really think it's necessary. All that said, if it is necessary to do it, so be it. I just kind of feel like maybe we didn't need to do this. Okay? That's my point. You know, like, was any of this shit necessary? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But, you know. Oh, we need $1 bazillion to get rid of the illegals. Do you? Or do you need to just maybe, like, I often joke that you just send back their heads. Do that a couple dozen times, the rest of them leave on their own. But okay, fine. I understand some people don't have the stomach for that. But I don't know. Maybe just arrest a fucking one of these sanctuary governors or mayors. Arrest them, put them in federal pound me in the ass prison. Do that once. Do that once. And the rest of them fall in fucking line. But fine, I guess. I guess we'll spend $1 bazillion fucking dollars. I don't even know how much it is. And the numbers don't even matter, in all fairness. Like, I don't know. To some extent, I don't know that the debt even matters anymore. Because I honestly think we're past the point of no return. That says you mean it was just a joke? No, I let me put it this way. I absolutely would. We'd just send back their heads if it were up to me. But it's a joke in the sense that I know no one else is up for that. All right. Certainly not the majority of people. That's 100% what I would do. If I was king, if I was in charge, if it was my call and my call only, I'd be like, okay, we just send back their heads. If you're detained because we think you're illegal, you have, I'm going to be generous, a week to establish some sort of fucking evidence to the contrary. And if you don't, then we're going to chop off your head, and I don't even care what country you're originally from. It's going to Mexico, because fuck them. We're just going to catapult it over the fence into Mexico. So yeah, to some extent the debt doesn't matter. To some extent we're going to deal with a financial reset at some point. The debt will be canceled. It will cause all sorts of problems, as bankruptcies do, but we as a country will face bankruptcy. The debt will have to be canceled. The debt is already to a point where it's not even a real number anymore. This is why every civilization in history has always put caps on lending. Every civilization in history that has ever allowed lending money with interest has always put some manner of limit on it, because otherwise you can end up with more debt than there is money. It's a very easy place to get to, and we're probably there now. And if not, we will be, because there is no political will to turn it around. So to some extent, you got to get to a good place to be ready for that reset, that harsh reset that'll happen. It might not even happen in my lifetime, by the way. We are incredibly good at kicking the can down the curb, but it happens at some point. Might not happen in the next generation's lifetime. It might be 100 years from now. Who knows? Who knows how long you can keep playing this game? I'm kind of surprised we kept playing it so long. But real wealth is about things. It's about the things you have. It's the grain in your silo. So I would just invest in this country. Number one, get rid of the fucking illegals. Full stop. Build walls. I said walls, plural. A north and a southern one. Northern and a southern one. Infrastructure. We want our roads better. We need our dams better. Our bridges better. Even more modern infrastructure. Our fucking electrical grid is in shambles. Our internet infrastructure for the year 2025 is a fucking joke. All that stuff. And factories, manufacturing. Yeah, maybe the dollar collapses, but we can make stuff and we can sell stuff and we're fine, because stuff is what wealth is at the end of the day. Money is a placeholder. It's a placeholder because, bartering gets complex and messy, especially on an individual level. So money is the placeholder. It's to fucking play pretend. It's not real wealth. Okay? If it was, then inflation wouldn't be a problem. If money was real wealth, inflation would fucking rule, wouldn't it? Print all the money constantly. Just keep it going. But it doesn't work that way. Wealth is about things. It's about a roof over your head. It's about having a car that runs. It's about having the air conditioner in the summer and a heater in the winter. Food in your refrigerator. Electricity running through your wires. An internet that's on. It's about things. It's about stuff. That's wealth. Stuff. I want my stuff. Stuff and supplies. That's what wealth ultimately is. Chet says wealth is Bedgelov's comic book collection. More so than money. Hell yeah. Some of those comics are worth some fucking money. Hell, my fucking video game collection is worth some fucking money. The thought of liquidating that has occurred to me a couple of times, especially now with me being in not great shape, and I don't want to do it because even though I know I'm like so burned out on video games right now, like 5 to 10 years from now, I want to get back into it. 5 to 10 years from now, I'm going to want to dust off the PS2 and play some PS2 games. Play some NES games, play some Genesis games, you know what I mean? So the thought occurred to me of liquidating that, because it's probably a lot of money. But what would that, probably a couple grand. And what's that do me? That tides me over for a while till I find a fucking job. Like, takes the edge off for a bit, and it's not worth it. But the thought has occurred to me. Just says, can we wall off New York, Chicago, and California too? You know what? Fuck that. This is America, damn it. No, we're going to take it back. That's what I want to do. I want to get the fucking illegals out of there. And I want to take them back. New York's the greatest city, at one point was the greatest city in the world. And could be again. I don't know about Chicago. Maybe we can wall off Chicago. I could... Neutron bomb Chicago. Fine. California. California's no, we're not giving up California. I say we take them back. Chat says, lowering the taxes just recently was a big step for Americans to keep most of their earnings instead of it being wasted on government vanity products and proxy wars that are tax. Oh yeah, man, I'm good with the tax. There's a lot of stuff in the big beautiful bill I like. I have mixed feelings about it. That's my point. Like, all the people, not all, but a lot of the people I hate are fucking like, oh, this is terrible. A lot of lefties that I hate are sparking out about it for some reason. I don't know why. Even lefties I don't hate. Good God, there's a webcomic artist, the Red Dot. She's kind of fucking hot, a redhead chick. But also, it's, they're just dumb sex jokes, but her webcomics are often pretty funny. So I follow her on, like, Facebook. And then I follow her on Twitter. And on Twitter, she's just whining about politics all the time. And yesterday, she's like, we need a Tiananmen Square moment in America. And it's like, and she's talking about the big, beautiful bill. I hate calling it that, but I don't know what the fucking proper term is. But this big pork bill. And it's like, what are you worried about in it? You're a leftist. You love stupid government spending. Yeah, I'm not super on board with it. I don't think it was a great idea, but fine, whatever. It ain't a hill to die on. Are we deporting the illegals? Cool. I'm not sure if we will. Maybe that's how we'll get fucked. Maybe we'll triple the ICE budget, but then Trump's all like, yeah, no, actually, we're going to keep the farm workers, like he keeps talking about. Like, God, it's so hard to... He talks out of his ass so much. Can you just maybe stick to something, Donald? I don't know. Just get the fucking illegals out of here. All right? Like, enough of, like... Get half of the legals out of here. All right? I don't want... Enough of having our major cities elected dude that eats with his feet. All right? Like, no. Chat says, does this dumb unt-K not know how Tiananmen Square ended? Well, first of all, the Tiananmen Square thing was started because there was protests about African exchange students raping Chinese women. I discovered that last night. That was a little bit of history for you. But even the popular interpretation of it is that they were protesting the communist government. Yeah, I agree with you. We should protest communism more. Protest African people raping people too. That'd be nice. That's real based of the Red Dot chick. Chad says those dark jobs used to be worked temporarily by high school kids and people with green cards. Now it's all illegals. Yeah, I don't want them here. All right. I don't want them depressing wages, even if they're like totally fucking cool and they want to assimilate, which they don't. But even if they did, it's like, look, man, I'm tired of it. We got our own problems. We're not rich enough to take this blow anymore. You come over here and you depress wages. It's like the line in Gangs of New York where it's like, you know, Irishmen come over here and do a job for a nickel that a nigga used to do for a dime and a white man used to get a quarter for. That's the line, YouTube. Don't yell at me. That's Andrew Day-Lewis's line from the movie, but that's exactly right. Like, oh look, they're coming over here and they're deflating wages. In what way does that benefit me, the fucking actual American? I don't know. Like, cool, we're super fundy nice. All right. I don't even think that was necessary, but all right. If it means we'll get the fuck rid of them, then we'll get the fuck rid of them. We're making progress, and things are turning around. There's been a shift. There's a vibe shift, certainly. I really do think we're making progress. The problem is that... did we start it too late? I guess is the thing I worry about. I don't know. But I have no doubt this country was the greatest country in the world. It still is, by the way. As bad as shit is, it's still the greatest country in the world. Let me put it that way. It's still absolutely... Where else would you want to go? Right now, where else would you possibly want to be? Even in the first world, you want to go to England? In the middle of the summer where you're not allowed to have AC or even open your window up more than 2 inches? That's real, by the way. I thought that was fake. That's up there with, like, the jack-off license they have to get if they want to look at titties on the internet. Like, what a nightmare that country is. You want to go live in Japan? How about that, you weebs? You want to go live with a bunch of autistic fucking bugmen who talk about honor all the time, but they're 5 foot tall and afraid of eye contact? That what you want? You want to go live in Australia where you can't have a gun and they throw you in concentration camps over the cold? I'll go live in Russia. They're based. Yeah, they're based. Just make sure you don't criticize Putin or you're going to end up with some plutonium in your fucking lunch. Chad says Japan's great. Hey, okay, weeb. You go live with the little fucking bugman. No, the country's great on fucking July 4th. Okay, I will use a Japanese thing. You wear the ribbon of shame. No, man, there's nowhere on God's green earth I'd rather be than America. Even in the state it's in now. But it was fucking great. It was fucking, and can be again. It easily could be again. I think we're turning the corner for that. I just hope it ain't too late. Well, I'm not going to ramble on much more. I just wanted to come on and dunk on foreigners because the rest of the world is trash. The rest of the world put together isn't worth America. And If you enjoy the content I put out, do consider supporting the show. Streamlabs.com/TheBecklove. PayPal.me/TheBecklove. Send a donation of any amount. Send a note on your donation when I'm not live. I'll see it when I am live. Go ahead and read it. And remember, for $15, you can pick a playlist of no longer than 12 minutes. And I'll put a link to the Amazon wishlist down below if you want to buy me some of the dumb shit that I like. Let's see. That's about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank everybody for watching. Beckloff out.